During his visit to Vietnam, President Obama announced the American-backed Fulbright University Vietnam, the first independent college in the country, with former Senator and Vietnam veteran Bob Kerrey head of the board. And that launched a debate on Vietnam's social media about whether he should be. Kerrey was a Navy SEAL who won a Bronze Star after a 1969 raid on a village said to kill 21 Viet Cong. But in 2001, Kerrey told reporters investigating the incident that, in fact, elderly men, women, and children had been slaughtered. He did not agree with a member of his unit who said it was systematic. Kerrey said it was more fog of war. But in a speech to ROTC cadets at the Virginia Military Institute, he said it was not a military victory. It was a tragedy, and I ordered it. How I have anguished ever since. Despite that and another recent apology, there are Vietnamese who feel he should not be involved in the school, although the secretary of the party of Ho Chi Minh City said recently he should. Bob Kerrey reportedly said he'd step down if his presence was disturbing, but as you'll hear, he does not want to look back. We spoke yesterday and began by asking about that raid in Vietnam.
Well, it was a night operation. There were armed men in that village. We went in there with the purpose of intercepting some Viet Cong who were operating in that area. And I think it is accurate to say that we used excessive force. But it's not like we walked in there a la My Lai and ordered a massacre.
No, in fact, you were looking for Viet Cong, and
That's
from
correct.
what we understand, instead you came across families.
Well, but there were families in every village where we were operating. I mean, the larger story here is that the United States tactics resulted in at least 1 million civilians being killed over the time that we were fighting that war. And there are many soldiers and sailors and airmen and Marine who went to Vietnam who had no such experience. But the hard facts are that there was a very large number of civilian casualties over the course of the war.
Well, and it is easy for those who didn't serve in this hellish war, the first in which the enemy did not wear uniforms. And you told 60 Minutes, Dan Rather, in 2001 about what seemed to be your fears that night, about what to do with the people that you encountered who were women and children or the elderly. Let's listen.
Yeah, I don't have any doubt that the people that we killed were at the very least sympathetic to the Viet Cong, and at the very most were supporting their efforts to kill us.
Old men, women, and children.
Yes, the Viet Cong, in a guerrilla war, the people who get caught in the middle are the civilians, and the Viet Cong were 1,000% more ruthless.
You have said that this has haunted you.
Look, this has all been reported on at length, and I don't mind having a conversation about that, but this whole story began as a result of a 25-year